What's up, Believe Nation? What day is today? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Thursday is my public-facing day, so I spend the day doing interviews, hangouts, podcasts, IG Lives. It's a wild, crazy Thursday, as usual, here in Believe Nation, and I want to spend some time with you. I've got a couple of guests joining me today, two pretty special interviews that I'm excited for, so we'll see here. We'll wait for our first guest to come in. Dan Nitro Clark in the house. Welcome aboard, man. Been a while since we connected. Hope you're doing well. Yuko Mama in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What do you got? There's the 100 and the clap. I love it, man. Listen, I haven't seen as much of your stuff recently. I loved your walks, and if you're not on Dan Nitro Clark, dude has an amazing message, a crazy story of perseverance, but also made these awesome videos. I don't know if he's hiking or just going for walks, and he just stops and shares what's on his heart, and I love seeing it. So if you stop, do it again, and if you are still doing it, then I got to get back on the train and favorite you or something so that I can see it, because I always love seeing your messages. It's always a nice shot of inspiration, but also from the heart every time. So Dan Nitro Clark, go check him out. Solid dude. Let's give him the hundreds. Give some advice. Happy to give some advice. Let me know what you got. Ask some questions. Pop away. Still doing it. I love it. All right, then it's on me. I think I just got to comment more. I think that was a problem. This is for everybody too, honestly. Like, if you like some stuff, give it a heart and give it a comment, because otherwise it gets buried in the feed. I'm sitting there consuming Dan Nitro Clark's content, and my own fault. I'm not giving it enough love. I'm not commenting and saying, Dan, man, what a great video. And that's why it's not showing up in my feed anymore. So it's on me. I'm making a mental note. I'm writing it down right now. Dan Clark, get on his content. Again, I wrote it down. It's happening. Get on them. Anyway, you guys got questions? Let me know down below. I'm waiting on special guests. We'll see if she pops in. Benjamin, welcome back. Hope the flight back home was awesome. Good to see you here. And otherwise, pop some questions in and let's get to it. Doing my 10 tips in 10-day series on my socials. How soon after should I share the case studies? Doing my 10 tips in 10 days series on my socials. How soon after should I share the case studies? Right away. I don't know what you're waiting on. Put it up. You get ideas and you get some results, right? Like, here's 10 ways to do it, and then here are some people who've done it and had success. You put it up right away. Stop sitting on your great ideas, right? Stop sitting on your content. Get it out there. People need to hear it. People need to see it. People need to know, right? They need to know. If you got great tips, and then share it again, right? With different versions of it. You have your 10 tips. That should be a series, right? So they're up right now. Awesome. Great. Now you keep referring. Right now, dude. Right now, you put it up. And then you keep referring to it. So tip number 1 is be consistent. Right? Great. Awesome. Then show me every 10 days you're going through it again. Right? So 10 days from now, you're going to talk about being consistent again. Either your own story, either somebody that you look up to and you admire, whether you're looking at my content for being consistent, Dan Nitro Clark staying on his content, being consistent, right? You keep sharing the same message using different examples. And so it's on an ongoing 10-day cycle. You release 10 points over 10 days, and then you follow up for the next 10 days with examples, and then the next 10 days with more examples. You keep referring back to it, right? Awesome advice. Dude, so here's the thing. I say the same 10 things over and over and over again. The difference is the context, right? It's the context. So it sounds different because it's directed right at you. But it's the same messaging that I say to a lot of different people, right? But it still sounds fresh because it's a different example each time. So don't assume that just because people heard it the first time that they now suddenly got it, right? They didn't. They need to be reminded constantly, right? And so that's what I would do. That's great advice for anybody who's trying to do something similar, where you've got a series of content, whether it's like chapters in the book. Anybody who's written a book, that could be content, right? How many chapters are in my book? I don't know. How many chapters? I don't know how many chapters are in my book. Anyway, let's say there's 8 chapters in the book, right? There's 8 chapters in the book. Then for 8 days, you talk about each of the chapters, and then afterwards, you just keep telling me more stories, and you relate it to your story, something happened in the news, Donald Trump, whatever, that ties into a chapter of the book, right? People need to hear your message. Vaka Frank, where can I get your book? You can pick it up from my website. It's in pre-order right now, or you can pick it up on Amazon, easiest spots, and wherever you buy books. There's also an audiobook version. So you can go check out the audiobook version too if you like it. I read it myself. I insisted on having the fire content come out. I didn't want, with all respect to voice actors and everything, I wanted to be the person reading it. Nina's saying, but the book. Does that mean buy the book? Buy the book. Nina Carmichael in the house, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. Intuitionology. Got 2 books. We'll share these stories as well. Yeah. Taking me on the journey of you marketing the book, of you showcasing stories from the book, of you relating it to the book. So it's not just a sales pitch every time, right? But you're teaching me. And for deeper knowledge, you go back into the book is what you should do. It's what every author should do. How many books do you have? I have 4, 2 with major publishers. So Your One Word was the first one. That came out 3 years ago. This is the new one that is coming out March 17th. I still got to figure out what I'm going to do on March 17th. I'm thinking like a full day live Q&A, but I'm not 100% on it. So you guys got ideas on how I should celebrate launch day with you guys? Let me know. I haven't done a live on YouTube for a while, so I might do a combined YouTube, Instagram. These are limited to 1 hour. YouTube, you can go for as long as you want. So I'm thinking celebrate. I'll have like a stack of books behind me or something and celebrate the launch date. Anyway, you got ideas? Let me know. What else? Hi, Yuko. Nina's giving. Yuko is an amazing entrepreneur, also Canadian, so always spreading love in the community. Viprara, I want to start a YouTube channel, but lack the voice over person. I'm not able to start it. So, dude, that's not a problem, right? Like, if you only see the problems, you're never going to do anything in life. You have to find a way. The entrepreneurship is not about the resources. It's always about your resourcefulness. So you be the voiceover guy. You DM whoever's following you on Instagram and say, hey, will you be my voiceover guy? You message 100 people and say, would you be my voiceover person for my first video, right? Like, what are the actions that you're taking to actually go out and try to find that voiceover person for your video instead of you just complaining that you don't have the voiceover person? And this isn't just you, this is everybody, right? Most people don't start a YouTube channel because I don't have the right gear. I don't know what gear. I don't know how to edit. I can't do this. I don't have a voiceover person. If all you focus on are the reasons why you will not win, then guess what? You're not going to win. Find a solution. There's tons of people who can be the voiceover person. What does your outreach look like right now to actually go and find that person? Did you reach out to 10 people today and ask them, right? Do that every day. You'll find your voiceover person and boom, you're making your videos. I love you, man. I want to see you win. Deepika, can we get audiobooks? Yes. If you're looking at this one, Built to Serve and Your One Word are audiobooks. I read them myself. Super fun. I haven't heard the Built to Serve one yet. I heard Your One Word. Obviously, it's 3 years old, but I haven't heard this one yet. But I recorded it in the studio, and it was awesome. Tons of fun. So hope you check it out if you're the audio kind of person. I don't listen to any audiobooks myself, but I appreciate those who do and wanted to make it make an audiobook version for you guys. Come to India? Maybe. Haven't been to India. It's really about timing, budget, and what the opportunity is, right? Like who the audience is, who I'm speaking to. Hi, first time getting to view the live from Trinidad. All right, welcome, Candice. Great to have you here. What else? Your next book? I missed a question. What was the question about my next book? Okay. We got some questions popping in. Love your live. All right. Not a question, but I appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Dennis. Hey, Evan, how are you? I'm in high school. Would you suggest me what should I do to become successful? You need to find the thing that you can get lost in doing that also brings value to other people. It's never been easier to win as a high school student. When I was in high school, I had my first business, I guess, selling baseball cards. That's how I cut my teeth on entrepreneurship. I guess I started selling earlier. I was 12 and 13, so that might be just before high school. Anyway, young people have never been more respected. When people are looking at technology, they default to looking at young people. How do I blow up my Instagram? They're looking at young people. They're not looking at the 65-year-old seasoned executive to help them, right? So that could be you. Do you love doing it though? So you have to do that mix of what you love doing with what can bring value to other people, and you have to start exploring it. Like, what can you get lost in? What do you love doing? You may not love your school right now. Awesome. So you know what you don't like? Great. What do you love doing? What can you get absolutely lost in, and boom, hours have flown by, and then how can you use that to help somebody? Because if you just love it, but it doesn't help anybody else, you have a hobby. It fills the soul, it feels amazing, but you just have a hobby. If you can find a way to make it bring value to other people, now you have a business. That's going to make you successful. Good luck, man. What else? Can we get audiobooks? I mentioned that earlier. You can get the audiobook for Built to Serve. You can get the audiobook for Your One Word, which was my first book. Audible, you can pick it up, I guess, wherever else you buy audiobooks. It's there. I don't know if you can pre-order the audiobook, maybe, but otherwise March 17th is when everything comes out. All right. Anushi. What kind of view should I have on life that reminds me to work on myself as well? You need to put something as a part of your morning routine that makes you want to live a better life. So you felt inspired in the past. You have. It's happened, right? It's just not consistent. This is the problem. People aren't consistent in their motivation. So what you need to do is understand what is the reverse engineering of your motivation, and then do that every morning, right? So I don't know if Dan's still in the chat, but Dan Nitro Clark, if he's going out for a walk every morning, and that's the thing, like if walking with the sun and being in nature is the thing that gets him all fired up every morning, if he knows that about himself, then you do that every morning. What is the thing that reminds you to work on yourself, that gets you inspired to work on yourself? Because it doesn't just happen. You don't just wake out of bed and say, yes, oh my God, today is going to be amazing, right? Like nobody does that. Nobody does that. That's not how it works. But successful people demand excellence from themselves every morning, and it starts with a fantastic morning routine. Dan Nitro Clark, still in the house. I love you, man. So Dane might be going out for a walk and doing a video and sharing his beautiful views of the hills and the oceans and all that stuff. Awesome. What is it for you? Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe it's doing a meditation. Maybe it's doing a prayer. Maybe it's watching a video. Maybe it's posting content somewhere. Like, what's the thing that makes you come alive, that makes you want to play a bigger game, and then do that every single morning? The good news is you already know what it is because it's happened to you before. The bad news is I can't tell you what that thing is. Right? I can't tell you, go do this. I can't tell you, so for example, I swim every morning. I love it. But I can't tell you go swim. Because maybe you hate swimming. Maybe it's the worst thing ever. Maybe it's a traumatic experience for you and you're going to get in the pool and drown. Right? Like, don't go do that. But for me, I love it. What is the thing that has made you feel powerful, bold, confident, alive, and then put that into your morning routine every single day? Good times. All right. Let's bring in a guest. Let's bring in Marley. Marley wants to join in live. Okay, Marley, let's see. Let's bring her in and see how we can help Marley today. How do I close that question? Okay, here we go. Waiting on Marley. Connecting. It's Marley in the house.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you, Marley?
I was hoping you were gonna pick me, so I'm excited.
I was feeling the energy. So what do you got? How can I help?
Yes, I have this business idea, this project that will help so many people, and I've been through the struggles that these people have been through already. So I have a situation in which I know the institutions that I can partner with and what is the end game. I just don't know how to bring my idea to them, like how to communicate or link with them to a way that they will probably join my idea, my project, and start to develop this. I have not even started creating the actual product. I lack of confidence on how to express or communicate my idea to them, or to, like, if I start doing the product on my own, or the project on my own, I don't think I have everything right now. I know that it's a process and that I have to learn from experiences, like every part of it, but I still think that it's the time, it's the time to do it is now. It's happening in other places. Other people is doing it and I follow them and I see the example. I feel first not so confident And second, I think I'm wasting time, and I should do it now because it's happening now. And if I want to be on the top, I better do it now. So that's what it is.
This is classic. This is so classic because you've got your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time.
Yeah.
You're trying to drive a car and you're pushing the gas, but you're holding yourself back and pressing the, so you're just spinning your wheels. You know you're capable of more, but you're not doing enough right now to actually go off and reach it. And so there's two forces that can guide you forward because it's not as much about the how. The how, there's a lot of hows. The how can be go find a partner to help you market. The how could be make 10 calls a day to these organizations. Go to local events where they're hanging out and go meet them. Like there's lots of hows. The problem isn't the how. The problem is the lack of confidence in executing the how. It's the lack of belief in yourself to go off and do it. And so there's two ways to do it. The first is use that fear of regret. Like the time is now. Like, you're going to be 95 soon. And you're going to look back on your life and say, I had a chance back in 2020 to do this thing. And I was just too afraid and I didn't do it. And use that as the drive to go forward. Like everybody's winning now. I can win now. I have a shot. And the only thing that is preventing me from moving forward is this fear. Being afraid is not a good enough reason anymore because 95-year-old you is coming back to 2020 right now and saying, what are you doing? It's like shaking you. Come on, let's go. Right? So try to picture like 95-year-old you sitting on a rocking chair, you know, like you're at the end of your life and you look back and say, you wasted your chance. This is your moment. You didn't do it. And use that as extra fuel to go off and go do the thing. The other one is you came from a dark place, right? Like what happened to you is happening to so many other people.
That's what I see every day. It's killing me because I know I can fix it, and it's making me so. You get it. That's the part that you're getting me there.
I know.
Yeah. Yes.
That's why I said it because you represent hope. I don't know what happened, but something dark happened. I already feel it. You represent hope to these other people because you got out. Now you're not fully out. You still have to get up here, but you're way better than you were 5 years ago.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people who currently are what you were 5 years ago.
Yes.
And they don't think there's any hope.
What there is not as encouraging and liberating as what the promise it has on my project. And I see that it's happening without the social consciousness. What I'm trying to do is a environmental and socially conscious clothing brand. And I see that it's happening. They are creating the product with some other reasons, but not trying to help the people who actually consumes and can make the product. That's what I'm trying to say. Pretty much, I feel
the how doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's the belief that the how is possible. You represent hope, but you can't actually be people's hope if you stay quiet and you stay small and you don't do anything.
Just do and trust myself.
Yeah,
believe yourself. I can believe. Yeah.
What's your message to the person who you were 5 years ago? Is your message only start when you're perfect? Only start when you figured it all out? Like, is that the message that you want to put out to the world?
No.
You're going to tell your kids, like, don't try anything. Only start when you know you're going to get it right. Right? Of course not.
You're right. Yes.
But that's what you're doing. Right? I'm only going to start when I got it all right. So that's fine. And listen, that's not just you. That's everybody. That's everybody. Welcome to the club. But use that as the motivation to go off and do, to create, to build your business, to make your movement, to have the life and income that you want to make, plus have the impact on the world that you want to create.
Yes.
So those two things, like imagine yourself at 95 and you didn't take action and you hated the rest of your life and you knew you could have done something. That's the negative, right? That's the fear-based one. The other one is the more positive one where you say, I could be the hope for a lot of people.
Yes.
And my message is not be perfect. My message is go do something important. And I expect to fail, and I expect to make mistakes, and I expect it not to go perfect the first time out. That's what creation looks like. Creation is messy. So on some days, the positive message of hope and inspiration will hit you really well, that you could be the inspiration for people. And some days the negative message will be like, I don't want to be 95 and hate my entire life because I didn't do this. Depending on the day, you can pull from different angles for motivation, but the biggest problem is you're just not doing because you don't have the confidence and motivation. And that's the answer. So like the best thing you can do right now is get to work. Like what can you do right now after this call?
Well, I can easily get in contact with like an institution that I know will understand the purpose of the project. And it's easy for me to talk to them. I have to be confident because they know my story. They know me.
Right.
And I think I can put together a plan for them easily. I already have it put together. I just don't believe in it enough. I know.
So after this, you send them an email or you call them up and say, I want to do this for you. I want to have a meeting. I want to talk about my new idea.
Yeah. I've been trying to do that so many times. So now you told me this, like every time I say, I'm gonna, yeah.
Okay, but how long has it been since you thought of this idea?
Almost 10 years.
10 years.
Yes.
Can you imagine another 10 years of you not doing anything?
Oh my God, no.
But that's what you're doing, right? Like that's the path you're on right now. And you need to get off and make immediate momentum.
Yeah, I need momentum because I'm being caught up in the other things, doing laundry and being a mom. You're right.
There's lots of people who've been a mom and went off to build giant organizations, right?
Yeah.
You can still be a great mom and chase down your dreams and have the impact that you want to have. One last thing. You said easy. Don't just gravitate to the easy. You do hard things. You've done hard things. To get to where you're at right now, you've done a lot of hard things. I feel it. Your life hasn't just been easy, straight your whole life.
Oh, no, not at all.
So watch the language of like, oh, I can easily go off and do this. I can easily go call this company or this organization awesome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also do hard. You love hard. You embrace difficult.
Yeah.
Difficult, scary, hard are no longer acceptable reasons for you not taking action.
You're right.
So take this fire and go make that call or that email or knock on their door today while you still have the energy, because that momentum is the only thing that you're missing. And when you start to feel like, oh, people actually care about this idea and you're getting some response back, it gives you more fuel to keep going.
Well, you got me there. I'll have to do it. Thank you so much.
I want to see the report. I don't want to see you in 10 years with the same story. That you haven't done anything yet, right?
I will do it. Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
right, good luck. Much love. That's great. And listen, she was ready for the push, and I think a lot of you guys are too. It's where a lot of people are stuck. You have a great idea. You know that your thing could help a lot of people. It's not just about making money. It is. Like, she's going to make money in the process, but there's a mission, there's a purpose, there's a reason to go off to create this thing that can inspire and change the lives of so many people, right? That's a lot of you guys too. I know it. I feel it. I see it in the DMs. I see it in the energy when you're leaving the comments. The biggest problem is you're just not creating momentum. You're not doing enough. You're sitting on the idea. Maybe you haven't sat on the idea for 10 years. That's a long time. But I've seen people longer. I've seen people 15 years still sitting on an idea. But if you've been sitting on your idea for 6 months, that's too long. It's too long. You have to teach yourself. You get an idea, you come up with genius ideas, trust your ideas, and then get to work and go execute and do it. Got some fire today on a Thursday. I appreciate you guys. I'll be on later on today with Lisa Bilyeu in just a little bit of time, like half an hour or something. Hopefully you'll come back, continue to believe, and I will see you soon. Much love.